Excelsior! So today we're going to read Justice League of America number 6. This was published in September of 1961. Justice League of America, a star-studded spectacular, the wheel of misfortune. With every turn of the wheel, another charge of bad luck shoots through the Justice League members, which not even their superpowers can overcome. Justice League of America. Around and around the wheel spins, faster and faster, carrying with it the great champions of justice and enemies of evil. At every turn they weaken, still further. Soon, their effectiveness as a fighting force will be forever destroyed. Can this be the end of the Justice League? Has Professor Fortune found the one and only way to overcome their superpowers? The Wheel of Misfortune. Roll call. Participating members: Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Arrow, Green Lantern, John Johns. Snapper Carr. Non-participating members: Superman and Batman. Somewhere off the coast of Florida, a marine viewing platform is lowered into the Gulf Stream. There goes Aquaman now, making his dive to challenge the evil curse of the Raja Opal.
Aquaman doesn't believe in superstition, but every other driver who tried to recover the opal from the sunken galleon met disaster.
Everything is working out according to plan. As soon as Aquaman grabs the opal, bad luck will hit him. Into the captain's cabin swims the Sea King, props open a jewel coffer, and lifts out the opal. I'll give the newsmen and photographers a good shot of the gem before I bring it up. As Aquaman swims for the exit, a sudden undersea current shifts the old wreck, slamming shut the door of the cabin with stunning force. What miserable luck! Oops! The following day, Wonder Woman is about to perform a series of aerial athletic feats for charity when...
Wonder Woman, that black cat is crossing your path. It will bring you bad luck. Pure superstition, dear. It won't bother me.
Mounting to the top of the high tower, the Amazon princess launches herself high into the air as blazing fire hoops are fired upward at her.
As I go through each of the hoops, I'll blow out the flames.
Through one and then another hoop, she glides, incredibly graceful, riding the wind currents. Whoosh! With terrifying suddenness, her body hits an air pocket. Lacking support, she plummets groundward.
I'm falling, and I had no chance to blow out the last of the flaming hoops.
She lands hard, but unharmed, but beyond her, the underbrush crackles with grim red fire.
Just my hard luck to hit that air pocket. It's almost as if that black cat... Nonsense. I better rush over and put out that fire.
A couple of days later, the roar of a high-powered getaway car
shatters the afternoon peace of Central City as gangsters race away from a robbery. Behind them hurtles a scarlet blur, the fastest man alive.
Aha! Here comes the Flash.
As he races across the pavement, his foot crashes down on a mirror. Breaking a mirror is supposed to bring 7 years bad luck. Not that I believe it. From a sullen sky, a bolt of jagged lightning rips downward, hits a flagpole, and by a stroke of misfortune, plummets down on the scarlet speedster. Oof! In a nearby city, somewhat later, black clouds and red flames rise upward from a factory building as Green Arrow speeds to the rescue.
There's a man on the roof, frightened by the fire. Gonna jump. Without a net to catch him. He'll be badly hurt.
A moment later,
just as I expected. Here comes Green Arrow to the rescue.
One of my parachute arrows can save him, but I've got to get closer for a good shot, even if it means going under this ladder and defying bad luck. He's jumped, but my parachute arrow will save him. As it passes through his coat, flanges will yank the parachute cord and bring him safely to the ground.
Upward flies the shaft, straight and true, but
that collapsing wall knocked my arrow off course, and there's no time to fire another. Good gosh, I wonder if walking under that ladder could have jinxed me.
Some miles beyond Coast City the following afternoon, Green Lantern sights a truck lumbering over a country bridge.
That wooden bridge is giving way, going to collapse.
With a roar of shattering timbers, the bridge gives way, and the heavy truck drops toward the jagged rocks of a ravine far below.
My power ring will save the truck and its passengers.
Instantly, a power hand clutches the truck, halts its downward plunge. But as it does so, a barrel of salt overturns and breaks.
Uh-oh. Spilled some salt in the process. That means bad luck. Unless I throw a pinch of that spilled salt over my left shoulder. But why waste time on that foolish idea?
Unseen by the Green Gladiator, a migratory flock of yellow warblers comes between the power beam and truck.
My power ray, being cut off by those yellow birds.
Editor's note: anything colored yellow neutralizes the effect of the power ring.
Ha ha ha! Green Lantern's bad luck is my good luck.
The truck's crashed. I couldn't act in time to save it. Of all the miserable luck.
Before the week is out, gun shots rip the late afternoon dusk near an abandoned warehouse, where escaped convicts have taken shelter.
We have them holed up, but we can't go in after them because they have submachine guns. At the same time, they can't get out.
Past the ropes holding back the curious crowd races a familiar figure.
Aha! Don Johns is up to some heroics. Or so he thinks.
Head lowered, the Martian manhunter crashes through a warehouse door, showering himself with splinters
and the torn remnants of ripped spider webs. Submachine gun bullets can't harm me. I can capture those convicts before anyone gets hurt. According to an Earth superstition, it's supposed to be unlucky to break a spider web. But the only ones about to have any bad luck are those gunmen. From above, a fiery meteor plunges earthward. Instantly, the rotted beams catch fire. In that blaze, weakened by his nemesis, Jean-Jean's grows steadily weaker.
I can't go on. The one thing that robs me of all my Martian super strength is fire.
On hands and knees, the man from Mars crawls out to safety.
Those broken spider webs. Bah! There can't be any connection with what happened to me.
In a strange sort of laboratory on the outskirts of Midwest City,
the Justice League members may scoff at superstition, but it was bad luck alone that has recently plagued them. I know, for I, Professor Amos Fortune, arranged for it to happen. For many years, luck has fascinated me. I made it a long study of it, first as a gambler, then as a scientist. I was convinced that if I could learn how and when luck functions, I'd be able to control it. I tested my personal luck by attaching wires to my body as I played cards, researching the laws of chance. Something must control my run of good cards and bad cards, but what? I wandered through the city, sometimes narrowly averting accidents, sometimes being felled by adverse conditions, always keeping a record of my fortune. That car almost skidded into me. What lucky break made me escape? For a time, I investigated astrology, but soon dismissed it as sheer pseudoscience. I'm after something that never fails, that works as scientifically as the law of gravitation. Then, at long last, I pinpointed the luck factor as unsuspected twin glands in the human body. Just as emotions can be controlled by electric stimulation of the hypothalamus gland, so I can control luck by stimulating those twin glands. My invention, which I call the Stimuluck, activates the good luck gland, or its twin bad luck gland, depending on which way I turn it. To give it the supreme test, I tried it on the Justice League. If I could hit them with bad luck, despite their superpowers, I could inflict it on anybody. By activating my good luck gland, I managed to be on hand when the Justice League members suffered their bad luck. The bad luck charms only confused them and prevented them from guessing someone was deliberately causing those accidents to happen. Now that I've proved without a shadow of a doubt that I control luck, I'm off to cash in on my power. In their secret sanctuary, the members of the Justice League of America are gathering for a meeting.
Since 30 days have passed without an emergency case requiring our getting together, our bylaws call for us to hold a routine meeting.
Hi, everyone. I hope I'm luckier in here than I've been outside.
You mean you had some bad luck too?
So did I.
I got knocked out thanks to the curse on the hoodoo opal.
Or so everyone says.
A babble of excitement rises among the members.
Luckily for the man I was trying to rescue, a fire net caught him.
The police caught the men I was pursuing and lost when I was knocked cold.
Looks as if we all had some bad luck.
You boys, too? A black cat crossed my path.
I spilled some salt.
I broke a mirror. I broke some spider webs.
I walked under a ladder.
In rueful tones, they relate their experiences.
And then I managed to put out the underbrush fire.
My power ring repaired the truck after the damage had been done.
I turned over the opal to the proper authorities. The crooks I was chasing ran out of the warehouse and were captured. Abruptly, the same thought occurs to each member.
Say, you don't suppose that our bad luck was more than mere coincidence? If someone were deliberately making those things happen to us... Oh, that's nonsense.
Of course it is. Nobody can make anyone have bad luck.
Say, here comes Snapper with the mail. At every regular meeting, letters requesting the assistance of the Justice League of America are sorted through carefully.
Ooh, I just beat feet back from the General Post Office, fellow members. The result, 2 letters. These monthly meetings are our only chance to perform some of our less publicized deeds. Let's open this one. This is quite an interesting letter. It's a blast. Beam in on this, will you? Chin it up, Wonder Woman. Tell them all the score. A girl writes that a family treasure has been hidden, and a riddle in the form of a poem is the only clue to its location. She needs the treasure to support her destitute grandparents.
This letter is worth looking into also. As 2 JLA teams are drawn by lot,
We'll take the case of the girl and her lost treasure.
Right, Green Arrow. I feel in the mood for a good riddle. A poem and a lost treasure. Sounds real good. In the next instant, the second team leaves.
And there go Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman to the town of Seadoon to catch an invisible thief.
Wheel of Misfortune, Chapter 2. Speeding to the Deeping Farm, Flash, Green Arrow, and John Johns find Hazel deeping, waiting for them. Delight and amazement in her eyes. Super beings, though they are, can this Justice League of America trio solve the strange riddle of the old poem and locate the hidden treasure? That must be Hazel Deeping,
The girl who wrote the letter.
Hurrying forward to meet them comes the young miss.
How wonderful to think you'd find the time to answer my letter in person.
Now, Hazel, tell us more about this treasure.
Back in 1849, great-grandfather Hiram Deeping struck it rich in California. He amassed a fortune in gold nuggets, then came back home to this farm, where he hid his nuggets, writing a poem about it which goes: Inside yet outside, hidden yet seen, not penny, not dollar, yet gold do they screen. Not coin and not bill, yet well known by these. Solve riddle, find gold, and live life of ease. Now grandfather and grandmother desperately need that money. I thought if you could find it, you'd help them live out their lives in comfort. We'll do all we can. Suppose the three of you sit on that tree bench. Will we go to work? As Hazel and her grandparents watch breathlessly, John Johns sends his piercing Martian supervision out across the farm. If there's any gold around here, I'll spot it. Meanwhile, I'll give the poem some thought.
Oh, isn't this exciting?
But when the Martian manhunter fails to discover the hidden hoard, he resorts to another superpower. I'll make myself into a human plow and turn over every inch of soil. If anything's buried here, I'll uncover it. Meanwhile, the fastest man alive begins disassembling the farmhouse itself, taking it apart, nail by nail, and plank by plank. Might as well try to solve the poem riddle, too, while I'm at it. What could be inside yet outside? Within moments, the old farmhouse has been taken completely apart and reassembled. The gold is nowhere in the house, that's for sure. Shrill whistling sounds show where Green Arrow is firing his Metalla Finder arrows about the farmland.
Not coin and not bill. Wonder what that means. No sign of any gold hidden here.
Let us briefly leave these proceedings and go back a day to Professor Fortune at a racetrack. 7 races, 7 winners. Naturally, I couldn't miss with my good luck operating full strength. Tomorrow morning, I'll try the stock market. In the boardroom of a stockbroker's office, next day, buy every share of United Lemon you can get your hands on.
If you insist, but that's one stock that really is a lemon.
Within the hour,
United Lemon, up 50 points. Congratulations on your luck.
Yeah, lucky me. Now, here's an advertisement about old gateposts for sale. With luck, they'll reap me another fortune.
and so, returning to the present,
Young lady, I'm here to buy the antique gateposts you advertised in the paper.
At least I can make a little money that way.
at this moment, the Justice League of America members are converging at the front gate. I think I've solved the riddle. So have I.
And I.
Inside yet outside means the gold is hidden inside an object, which is outside the house. Coin and penny, known by these, refers to the head of Lincoln.
Just as dollar and bill refer to the head of Washington.
These Lincoln and Washington gateposts are made of lead, which my X-ray vision couldn't penetrate.
The lead protected the gold from being detected by my metallifinder arrows.
Hey there! Stay away from those gateposts. I just bought them, and everything inside them belongs to me.
Oh, dear. What have I done?
The gold is all mine. I bought it legally.
He's right. I sold the treasure.
Cheer up, Hazel. We still have some good news for you. While dismantling the house, I found a lost art masterpiece by Gilbert Stuart, worth a fortune.
I struck oil as I turned the ground over.
My arrows didn't find gold, but they did find a rich vein of uranium on this property.
I can never thank you enough.
No thanks are necessary. We try to see that justice is done. I think in this case we succeeded pretty well.
Puzzled and worried, Professor Fortune drives away with his gold nuggets.
I can't understand it. The Justice League members should have had only bad luck. Instead, each of them had the extraordinary good luck to find a treasure for the girl. There must be something wrong about my luck theory. I better check into this. I can't take any chances of the Justice League interfering with my fortune-hunting schemes, whether legal or illegal.
Wheel of Misfortune, Chapter 3.
There's the Seaside Museum, where an invisible thief is stealing valuable art objects.
Approaching the coastal town of Sea Dunes, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman catch their first glimpse of the museum, where impossible crimes have been occurring. They are met by the curator, August Jones, and the custodian, Charles Hobart. As you know from my letter, someone has been stealing museum treasures from us. Millionaires living in Sea Dunes have contributed much money to make our display rooms world famous. Originally, the museum was a castle built here by an English lord in the 17th century. Nobody could break inside to steal, because the walls and floor and ceiling are of solid stone. This doorway is the only entrance, but we lock it every night. Even the thief had a key. We're sure he doesn't enter this way, because every night we seal the door with wax, and the wax is untouched the following morning.
Alone, the JLA trio examines the museum room.
The door is the only way in, yet the thief doesn't use it.
The floor's solid. So's the ceiling. No trapdoors or secret passageways. Solid stone walls, barred windows. Looks as if we're confronted by an impossible crime.
Before the museum is locked for the night,
I'm coating each of the museum's pieces with an invisible aura. If any of them is touched tonight, it will cause my power ring to glow.
then the custodian makes his last round.
Everything's in its proper place.
I'll power ring X-ray you, just to be sure you haven't slipped something into your pocket.
I'll lock and seal the door.
We could remain in the room overnight to make sure nothing was stolen, but that would scare off the thief, and our job is to catch him as soon as possible.
I see. To catch an invisible thief, we have to be invisible ourselves.
I'll hop in my robot plane and fly around and around, high over the museum, keeping it in view all the time.
And I'll tell my friends, the creatures of the sea, to alert me if anyone
approaches from the sea itself. That night, Wonder Woman flies back and forth above the Stone Museum, and from her vantage point sees amateur astronomers studying the stars, a fisherman casting into the sea, truckers and others who live in the dark hours.
No suspicious sign yet.
During the long wait, Green Lantern and Aquaman entertain the curator with tales of their many adventures. Time for me to immerse myself in water. When I return, I'll tell you the strange adventure of the purple octopus. Then, suddenly, a little after dawn, Green Lantern! The power ring! It's glowing!
That means somebody has stolen one of the objects I marked with an invisible aura. Let's go!
Early that same morning, having given himself another shot of good luck from his Stimuluck, Professor Fortune goes for a drive. I don't know where I'm going or why, but having used the Stimuluck on myself, I know I'll have only good luck. Not far from the Sea Dunes Museum, something made me stop the car and start climbing this sea cliff. I wonder why. Moments afterwards, here's the answer. I've stumbled on the secret cache where the museum robber I read about in the newspapers hides his loot. It's stolen goods, but that doesn't matter to me. Who will know I took them? I'm prepared for my good fortune, whether it's legal or illegal. Besides, with my good luck, who's going to stop me from doing whatever I want? Meanwhile, racing from the curator's home, Green Lantern and Aquaman call a warning to Wonder Woman.
Green Lantern's power ring is pointing at that fisherman. Why, it's the museum caretaker. But I saw him fishing all night. How could he have stolen anything?
The Amazon princess makes her cast, straight and true.
I've caught you! Yes, and there's the statue you stole, falling out of your fish basket. How in the world did you steal it while I was watching you?
I'm an expert fisherman. I can hit a dime with a hook at 50 yards. Whenever I plan to steal anything, I always put it below a window when I'm checking up for the night. Then, standing on the cliff above the sea, which is in front of the museum window, I make a cast, backwards. Anybody watching me will think I'm preparing to cast toward the sea. They won't know I practiced this backward cast until I had it down perfect. My weighted hook flies between the museum bars. The hook catches whatever object I placed below the window in position for my cast. A sudden yank brings it flying upward, whipping it between the bars. The stolen object splashes into the sea. So swiftly do I make my cast that it seems to be all one smooth motion. Anyone watching me would think I was reeling in a fish, not something I'd just stolen from the museum.
What about the other things you stole?
I don't know whether it will help me or not, but I might as well confess everything. They're in a cliffside cave, not far from here.
After taking the thief to the local police station, the Justice League members hurry to the cliff cave, where
Someone's putting those stolen museum treasures in a car and is about to make off with them.
In stark amazement, Professor Fortune guns his car away from the treasure cave.
What in the world is happening? My good luck should have kept Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman away. Instead, my bad luck seems to be counterbalanced by their good luck. I've got to study this further. To do that, I must capture them. I'll give them an extra dose of bad luck, then charge myself with good luck.
In answer to that bolt of fortune, a vagrant wind catches a sudden burst of deadly carbon monoxide fumes from his car exhaust, and engulfs Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman.
Can't breathe.
Fainting.
Blacking out.
And when the JLA members are overwhelmed by the odorless, colorless gas,
Now to make them my prisoners. After that, I'll overcome the other members, then eliminate them forever as an effective fighting force.
Wheel of Misfortune, Chapter 4. In Professor Fortune's laboratory, somewhat later.
As soon as I capture the other JLA members, I'll start the Wheel of Misfortune spinning, and begin the process of eliminating them forever as effective champions of justice. I realize now that while I can bring bad luck to people, as I brought it to you three, your twin good luck gland compensates for the bad luck, just as a strong eye or ear compensates for a weak one. The only way to overcome this is to eliminate your good luck gland. In that way, you will have only bad luck from now on. Every time you pass the wheel's pointer, it will shoot a charge into you, eventually causing your good luck gland to be destroyed. To make sure the other Justice League members will come here and so put themselves in my power, I'll give myself a superdose of good luck.
As the Stimuluck floods his body with good luck,
That oil lamp suddenly cracked and spilled its fuel oil on the floor. Oh well, I suppose it's part of my coming good fortune.
Meantime, near the Sea Dunes Museum, having solved our case, we've come to give the others a hand. But they're nowhere around. I'll pick up their trail with my Martian vision, Flash. Soon after, the Martian Manhunter probes out the location of the Luck Laboratory.
Why, this is the man who bought Hazel Deeping's gateposts. He's captured Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman.
Aha! Here come numbers 1 and 2.
As Flash and Green Lantern hurtle forward, they hit the oil slick. Their feet fly out from underneath them, and
Number 1 is down, so is number 2. But where is number 3?
as the Scarlet Speedster and the Amazing Archer ram into the laboratory wall,
And here's number 3. Suddenly I feel the urge to light a cigarette. All part of my good luck, obviously.
his lighter clicks on, and as the flame brightens, its beam weakens the Martian Manhunter.
So, you can't stand fire, Johns. I knew my good luck would come through. It helped me discover your weakness.
His face flushed with triumph, Professor Fortune taunts the helpless Jean-Jeans.
Am I making it hard enough for you? Here, have some more of it. When you're weak enough, I'll bind you to the wheel along with the others.
Weak and groggy, Green Arrow, Flash, and Jean-Jeans are soon beside their fellow members, helpless prisoners of the spinning wheel.
It tickled my vanity to rig up a wheel of fortune for myself, and misfortune for you. The wheel's pointer is an improved version of my stimulus. The pointer will so overload your good luck glands that they will atrophy and die. Without a good luck gland to counterbalance your bad luck gland, all you'll have from now on is bad luck. At the same time, I'll give myself added protection by destroying my own bad luck gland. So all I can have is good luck. I could destroy you, but I relish the idea of having the Justice League in full possession of its superpowers, yet unable to stop me from doing whatever I want, legal or illegal.
As Professor Fortune is about to turn the stimulus on his bad luck gland.
Huh? Jean-Jean's breaking free?
This is as far as we go, fellow members. We've heard enough. Let me take care of this situation.
No time for me to reach for my cigarette lighter. I've got to depend on the stimulus. I charged him with bad luck at the warehouse.
That's where you're wrong. When you played the stimulus on the others, you gave them bad luck, all right. But the meteor which fell on the warehouse I was entering was sheer coincidence.
But why did the others suffer bad luck, and not you?
You overlooked one thing, that while the other members of the Justice League were victims of your stimulus, because they are Earthmen, I have no luck glands, either good or bad, because I am a Martian. While the wheel was spinning, my Martian powers neutralized the effects of the pointer, so that the good luck glands of the Justice League members weren't damaged at all. We could have broken free at any time, but we waited until you gloatingly revealed what your plans were. After Professor Fortune is put in jail, the Justice League members return to their headquarters, where,
Like crazy, man. I'd sure like to borrow that stimulus for my exams next week. Charged with good luck, Shame on you, Snapper. The stimulus going into our trophy room. And you know that luck is no substitute for an education. So go home and study for those tests.
the end.
So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you can like, comment, and subscribe, that'd be appreciated. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later.